All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. You know what it is, day 6 of our Whiskey Advent Calendar. Big shout out to my community who curated all these pours for me. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys. I've had a lot of fun going through these so far, and we're over a fifth of the way through now as we head into pour number 6. Polite reminder, there's a link in the pinned comment that will take you to the spreadsheet that is up to date with all the pours that we've had so far, and that does include today. So if you want to check out what this is before I dive into it right now, go ahead and pull that up. And I would encourage you, pour yourself something comparable. Okay, so if you pull it up and you're like, okay, well, this is a barrel strength rye, 6 years old, go to your shelf if you can. It's the holidays. Who's going to criticize you for it? Find a barrel strength rye to pour along next to it, and compare and contrast the experience with me. It could be fun. Maybe you even have the exact same bottle on your shelf. That would be really, really swell. But anyways, day 6, let's get in here. Well, it is not a rye. Yeah, I mean, very obvious right up front, we got ourselves an American single malt biscuits. I want to say a note I'm getting on the nose here reminds me of instant coffee. You know, like the brown powder that you just put in water, stir it up, which isn't all bad. I'm a bit of a coffee snob, but there have been some where it's like in a pinch, it's okay. I know that's like blasphemy, but a little bit of an instant coffee vibe on the nose as well. I'm also getting what I might akin to baklava. If you've ever had baklava, you know, like dessert baklava, you get the phyllo dough, the flaky pastry dough on the outside, a little bit of honey and nuts on the inside. Kind of a baklava vibe going on here too on the nose. But let's try it. Cheers. Sweet up front and then heavy on the funk. That's what I would say about this. The baklava notes we were getting on the nose, very prevalent on the very first impact, I would say, on the palate. Bright honey and nuts, a little bit of a savory, doughy kind of a component too, like your flaky pastry dough on the outside of a baklava. But then after that, we transition pretty quickly into some of these funky notes. It almost makes me think of like the brine of sea salty air right down next to the water. This feels a little bit like an American single malt that tried to go rogue a little bit. And I don't mind it. If anywhere we get the bitter instant coffee notes, it would be well into the finish. It's just sitting there. The only other thing that comes to mind would be like a dry, tannic white wine. Maybe like a dry Riesling of some kind. It carries some of that tannic, but also, you know how white wines often, they taste like they should be bubbly even when they're not bubbly? It almost feels like it's got that hint of carbonation to it even when it doesn't. It's kind of delivering that same kind of an idea as well alongside that white grape juice. All in all, pretty good. If anything, I would say I kind of want some of that funky briny quality sooner in the sip. That feels like one of the things that's making it distinct, and I kind of wish there was a little bit more of it during the whole experience. I will say that it's one of the things you sit with the most afterwards, which I do appreciate. But when it first hits your palate, I kind of want that first impression to be the thing I like the most about it. Does that make sense? But yeah, definitely think this is an American single malt, and a pretty decent one at that. But I think for this individual pour, for my palate, for my taste, for my preferences, I'm going to come in at a 6.5. It's into the realm of, I like this. The question is, how much do I like it, especially compared to some of the other sips that we've already had? I think that this one is nowhere near to being as good for my personal palate as the last American single malt we had in the lineup, which I think was, that was pour number 3, I believe. That one dropped to 7.9, still the highest ranking pour we've had so far. And this one doesn't feel quite up to that level. I could be wrong. The price tags could be the opposite. I don't know. But in terms of preference, that one takes the cake for me. So 6.5 for this pour today on day number 6. Thank you to whoever generously provided this sample for me. I appreciate you. And with that, I say, cheers, my friends. May you live richly and get better with age. And I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.